Hello, hello, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 155. And today our topic is why, actually, it's first starting with why, right? Why and how to stand out. And this question maybe for some introverts, especially, they feel like, oh, I do not need to stand out, right? Or I do not even want to stand out. And many of the people say, oh, why stand out? Is that for just for your reputation? Or some of would say, is that just for to make more money and to whatever is right? It's just like a stand out for what? So first, let's ask you, why should you stand out? Quite many of our entrepreneurs have not realized the reasons or the why should they stand out. They just want to, okay, I follow my passion and create. If that's the case, that's a good thing, right? Good sign. Follow your passion. Even greater is that follow your purpose to create some business so that you could serve. So many of our great entrepreneurs, actually, I know that they started their entrepreneurial journey starting with their call, with their passion. That's a wonderful start. And they want to serve more people. I'm like you. Want to use our gifts and talents to serve more people, right? But so many of us did not realize, why should we stand out? We say, oh, as long as I provide, some people would argue that as long as I provide great products or services, it will be good enough, right? And but I know that in Chinese there is a like a it's a, like how to say the idiom saying, not really idiom, but it's like a focus saying. It's like if your wine is fragrant enough, it will automatically attract people to you, even though you are in like a very small alley. Is that true for entrepreneurs? If your products or service is so good, and it will automatically attract enough people to you. And in reality, we just found that, for example, now all this kind of internet, social media thing, right? And if there are so many entrepreneurs, if you do not stand out, especially if you do not have a specialty to stand out, how could people find you? I know that, for example, for our doctors, if you want to find some good doctors right now, we do Google search. We do search. And how do we decide if like a doctor is a good one? Normally for me is by the reviews, right? I guess maybe you will do that. Maybe some of you will still rely on the traditional ways, referral. Like some other friends or families, they visit some good doctors, they give you referral. But like eventually, if you have no clue with like some specialty doctors or even like family doctors, you want to find some good ones. Either you search by your insurance network, right? Or but even within that, after you find someone's, you want double check them on internet, Google, right, to see what's their review. Is like among five, a review of five. How much is that? Like over 4.5, around that, right? 4.5 of 5. That is a good sign of it's a good good doctors. But also you also want to double check how many people it's giving the review, right? If it's only one or two or even under 10 people gave like a 5 of 5, you were still like, oh, maybe that's not good enough, right? You want to see that at least dozens or hundreds of people giving review, at least around the 4.5, right? So that's my experience. I'm wondering, I'm just curious, how about you? How do you search for in any area, not just doctors, right? Any area, how do you find, especially for those specialties like experts or any kind of in any area, how do you normally find people? So that's one of my experiences. And another way, even for example, you buy some stuff from Amazon, right? Products or like any kind of service, you search online. Like I often do Amazon purchase. We have a Prime, and so Prime membership. So I went online, search for certain stuff I want, and then I normally there is a filtering criteria, right? I was search by like not by from cheap to expensive. Normally I will like search by how to say, based on the customer reviews. You have a, so you could have like from the highest to like a lower, right? So that's a good way for you to find good stuff in a similar category. Find good stuff like with the most reviews, with the rating, highest rating, right? More people and the score, higher score. I would not say it's 100% right, but majority time I got good, very good stuff with good qualities because with so many people endorse it, right? So it will not go wrong. So that's some basic experience for how you find people. or find the stuff that you want based on review. And here, why we want to stand out. The standing out for entrepreneurs means what? Standing out, why should we stand out? It's not really just for our reputation, right? Or not just for review. Standing out, and especially I know for our later for like except experts. I know some, for example, my daughter's friends from like performance arts who really want and strive to stand out, because standing out and get people's attention, get applause, make them feel excited, make feel like recognized. And quite some teenagers, they just want to be famous, right? It's very interesting. Like, say, oh, I want to be YouTubers. I want to have a lot of followers. I want to be just like be known by so many people. For those extrovert like teenagers, but for introvert people, this is against their nature, because they try not to catch attention. For me, you may not believe that I'm really inside an introvert. By my nature, I do not want to cause people's attention. I just want to, like, for example, find a quiet place, read my book, get some like a peaceful, like a tranquil time. I will be satisfied, and especially if I could connect with nature, connect with some like very interesting creative things, arts, those things, I will be satisfied with my day. So that's my nature. But after I get into entrepreneurship, after I, followed my call to start my coaching business, the number one thing every day I'm now thinking, initially I know, I've now been in coaching for 15 years. At the beginning of few years, my focus has been like more onto, let's say, what kind of program, what kind of how could I improve myself, right? How could I learn from those masters and those gurus and the mentors, and then how could I develop my unique programs, right? And services. How could I really serve better people, like serve the right potential clients, and also serve with my best talents and gifts. So that's my initially. But then more and more after been doing this business, right, entrepreneurship, I've been thinking about how could I do better marketing or sales to really attract more clients, right? More followers, more like needs and clients. And even those masters, they've been doing that. Of course, it's not just for that. And then I realized more and more, especially like if your drive is not really for just for money, because money is really like a byproduct. Okay, I hope you also have a right mindset for money. We should not say, oh, if you are attracted by money, you are like your motivation is wrong. There are quite some marketers I know. They're like I call entrepreneurs marketers are also part of entrepreneurs, but for our coaches, old coaches, consultants who are really here to transform other people's lives, we are more like I would call life changers, right? I call coaches, consultants, and life changers, because our focus is really how we could contribute our values, contribute our gift, talents, follow our call and passion to really serve more lives. That's our call. And quite some marketers, their focus is more like how could I get money, quick money, and with as little as much like efforts. That's quite some entrepreneurs like their pursuit, right? I would not blame them, in such kind of a nowadays world, right? People could have their legit different kind of motivations. That's totally fine for them. But it's just like we are not, right? For our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers here, coaches, consultants, right? And we are not here to really just driven by money. Well, of course, we want to have more money so that we could serve more people, and we could also, us ourselves and our loved ones could live a better life, and also we could develop like a sustainable long-term business and eventually have a bigger impact, right? But our fundamental drive and motivation is really how we could serve more people, provide more values, because that's really the final ultimate factors that will decide if we will feel satisfied and fulfilled of our life, right? So we're here to serve. But why shouldn't we just like how to say, just focusing on service qualities? Of course, that's super important, right? Focus on the customer satisfaction, everything. But why should we stand out? Why should we like there are so many like millions of entrepreneurs? Why should we stand out? The number top three reasons I would clarify is, like, sometimes you feel like easy, right? But here I want to discuss more in the more depth. Why should we stand out? Even though you are like an introvert like me, who does not want to attract too much attention, just want to have some like a normal, quiet life, but at the same time, let's say serve a lot of people and also like make good income, and you could support your loved ones at the same time, do more giving thing, right? Do more like a gifting things to this world. And I know that I have a vision for Abundance University, Abundance Center. Those ones is a really like a for non-profit. And how could I fulfill that big vision, right? Of course we need one more money, but here, why should we really stand out, right? Instead of just focusing on the quality of our service. The standing out, I summarize the three reasons, the top three. The number one, standing out is like those doctors or like Amazon things, right? With the higher ratios attract more attention, So standing out, you attract more attention. Grab like in people call like those marketers would call it's like now they call red ocean. Have you heard about that? Normally the ocean is blue, right? Like blue ocean is good. Blue ocean, that means it's still clean, it's still like a peaceful, like it still have a full of opportunities. But when it's red ocean, that means what? Why is red? It's just like imagine like sharks biting each other, or the sharks eat the smaller fish, and then the water become red. It's just that means too much competition, too much fierce of like forces around it, right? So the market is sometimes it's not like exaggeration, it's just really like that, right? Because it's too competitive. Even though as abundant entrepreneurs, I would say that we do not really, if you do the right way, I will share more quite soon, you will not really feel like too much competition. But still, the reason for why we should stand out, because you will stand out, you will attract more attention, you will give more impression, you will attract more like right needs, right followers, and right clients to serve. That's super important, right? Because you eventually you want to serve your clients. Also, that's the second one. So number one is attract. Number second is serve. Serve more right clients so that you could really contribute your values. Because like no matter how many followers you have, no matter how many like let's say traffic you have in the market, eventually it's all like your value in this market is all decided by how many people you can directly serve in depth, not just serve on the surface, right? Like for example, you attract quite some people follow you, or even like they like your stuff, they feel like inspiring. But if they do not make that decision to be converted into your clients, you could not serve them in depth. You could not really transform their lives. So that means it's not really the best service, right? Service. So that's why by standing out, you want to first attract the right people into your circle, into your community. And then you want to serve the right people in depth. So to use your best gifts and talents to really serve their needs, help them transform their lives. So that really help you to fulfill your life, right? Fulfill your values. And also, by the way, for the business side, that's also help you to like convert and really like say generate sustainable business. Otherwise, if you're not making money, your business cannot survive, right? So attract and serve. And the third one is really like impact. And by serving them, by really like serving them as your clients, not just like followers or fans, right? By serving them, you really impact their lives, and even not just their lives. You could indirectly impact their loved ones' lives. You transform their lives, and people around them will get a positive impact. So that's the most important thing. So I just simply summarize this three levels so you can easily remember, right? If you are still struggling sometimes, challenging, like, well, should I go in front of a camera to do some like a live video? Should I share what I learned today, right? For majority people, even though some of them are not like introvert, they will automatically, it's just a human nature, automatically thinking that, oh, okay, today, as long as I get what I get, right, it's good enough. But if you really think about the next level, about this attract, serve, and impact, that's what your business here is for, and that's what who you are here is for as an entrepreneur, as a life changer, right? Then that will motivate you, get out of your comfort zone, motivate you to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, just like me. Like for example, Momentum Monday. Today is our 155 episode. I've been doing this weekly continuously, even though when I was traveling internationally, I've been doing it. And so I initially sometimes right sometimes occasionally I would feel like this is like sometimes I've been too much let's say busy, or I feel like my mood is not still there, or maybe my inspiration is not enough there. But I will always this kind of a reason, right? This attract, serve, and impact, ASI. This kind of a basic reason, fundamental reason will always motivate me. Just even sometimes it's a quickly like instant kind of a like a thinking, right? Still inspired and empowered me to get into action instead of finding all this kind of excuses. So I would be here present, fully present to contribute my values, because I know that to hear this by like for example by shooting this live video, it's not just for me to stand out. It's really more reason is because I want attract you, want to call, get your attention. But the most important is I want to serve you. I want to contribute my inspirations and my best resources, and also the best learning I've already got, and the best practice I've already got. So my gifts and talents, my energy, everything, right, to contribute, to help you. And hopefully you could get this, not just the inspiration, and maybe you get this call, you get this kind of like a motivation that you want to get into the next further step to be served, so that your life could be transformed, right? And so that your life could be impacted, and the people around you, your loved ones, and your communities could all be lifted up because of you. Okay, so because I've been doing the abundance thought leadership coach for 15 years, I'm here to empower visionary entrepreneurs, life changers like you, to step up for your call and stand out as confident expert and thought leader, to impact you more lives, and especially your community, right? So I'm here to lift up leaders so that you could impact many other people's lives. So always remember this ASI, okay? Attract, serve, and impact. And now, how to stand out? How to stand out, okay? Even though you feel like sometimes still like not like naturally thinking about I want to stand out, but after you review that ASI, right, I hope you get enough motivation. But then you will think about many of you feel like, oh, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to present right today. And many of you maybe have that, you feel like, oh, you are limited, you feel like I'm not good enough, and you still could have a self-sabotaging, right? And you, even though you may have a good vision and a big view, a big dream, you still many times like sabotaging yourself, like I'm not good enough, and there are so many experts out there already, they're so successful, maybe I will not make that difference, right? All this kind of a inner consuming yourself and sabotaging. Here I want to give you another three keywords so that will help you to stand out. Okay, so number one is clarify. Those three verbs, I will give you three verbs, the three actions. Okay, number one is clarify. Now, clarify your seven secret assets. Your seven secret assets, or you can call your seven secret let's say, how do I call that? I have another name. Let me double check. I remember I take a note. Seven secret powers, actually. Yeah, I use the powers. Seven secret powers. What seven secret powers? Including from your, some of you, maybe you have a pieces here and there, but now I would encourage you to connect the pearls together to make that necklace a beautiful thing, right, together. First, number one is your identity. Understand truly who you are, because from there, that will really differentiate how much confidence you will have. Okay, so many people, they stand there, they do not have the confidence. That's why they could not stand out, because the first, they do not have the full understanding identity of themselves. They do not own their identity yet. The second one is about your purpose. Okay, the seven powers, your purpose, and understand truly why you are here, why your life is called here, why your life is even created, what your life is for, right? By the end of your life, what you are meant to fulfill. The third one, your passion. What is your passion? What you are passionate about? Some people may say, oh, do not, they would say, oh, passion is like an old word, they do not want to let's say they do not want to just follow your passion, and because in nowadays business world, right, the passion will not really get you really to become rich. There are quite some things. Have you heard about that? I heard that, but eventually, ultimately, I heard all my mentors, those mega successful ones, they will all get back to do something that you're passionate about, right? And success is just like a byproduct. If you are doing something just trying to make money or trying to just please people or just trying to follow the trend of the market, eventually, even though you maybe make millions of dollars or maybe even make more money, much more money, you will be miserable. It's just like Tony Robbins said that uh, not just be successful, right? Being successful in like a normal standard, like making a lot of money, even billionaires, right? If you're not feeling fulfilled, that's a waste of time. That's not a real success. That's actually failure. So what is this real success? It's like how you do what you love to do and at the same time contribute your best values, and you fulfill yourself and at the same time help many other people and then make money at the same time. That's the best thing, right? Who wants to make a lot of money but doing things they do not like, or maybe just like without passion to do it? Who wants to do that? I definitely will not vote for that. Okay, so that's the third one, right? Passion. And the fourth one is your superpower. And we're talking about the seven powers, but what is your superpower? And many of you maybe say, "Oh, I do not have a superpower. I'm not a fan of Superman or Superwoman." And me too. I'm not a fan of those like Marvels. Maybe some of you are, okay. And my kids love Marvels, like Marvels movies. I'm fine with those, but like their superpowers is just like too much, too much like how to say out of the world. Here, the superpower I'm talking about is really like including, for example, your intuition, something you are super passionate about and you are so good at it. Okay, we may not all have like talents like Celine Dion's like singing, right, that beautiful voice by nature, not so easily. So many people do not easily find the superpower. I admit that because initially I did not know what's my superpower, but through all these years of coaching, I just found I have the superpower, especially in my intuition, in my vision, in my passion, my energy, everything. Just like I have extra ounce of energy than majority. I would say 99, maybe more than 99% of people. It's of course it's not just because I have naturally that kind of energy. Maybe I born in a very natural environment, developed quite some good habits connected with nature. That's where I get my natural energy. But it's all because I fully aligned with my first three, right? My identity, my purpose, my passion, fully aligned with it. That's why I get that extra ounce of energy. Okay, so I have a lot of superpowers. It's just like a lot of empathy. I know that. I know I have a high EQ, the empathy, and majority other people could not see those like that kind of trance, like that little difference, right? But I could easily sense it. I have very strong intuition and kind of empathy, and I would say that, and I connect not just with people, connect easily with 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 even birds, with the little animals, with the plants. I connect with the world. I feel like I'm being part of this nature, with this oneness, with this universe. I can easily find that connection with anything, especially those alive things around me, even things without life. Yeah, even like my books, my cups, my sunglasses. I could have easily find a connection with everything in this universe. That's amazing, right? With the light. So I have a lot of superpowers. I want you to find those ones. Those like sounds like trivial superpower, but like that make you different from others and make you like. I hope you will feel proud of yourself. Okay, um, it's really like for my daughter, she's now like a teenager time, right? She's very sometimes feel like very too humble and feel like sabotaging herself, feel like, oh, I'm not good, have a good like a figure, or I do not have a beautiful like enough face, right, compared with those populars on social media. Right, all these teenagers now, especially for girls, have this pressure, like stress from those social media like fancy figures, right? So I told her, baby, you are such kind of smart girl. You have such kind of empathy, and you have such a genius inside of you have not discovered. And she's yesterday, I remember, yeah, yesterday when we were playing badminton with my friends, I applaud because normally my daughter will complain me that I always share like truth, right? Always sometimes got too humble, and sometimes she feel like I I'm not saying like good things about her. But yesterday I was just naturally want to applaud her. I told her, I shared that her great qualities among my friends in front of her. I said, my daughter, because they said, oh, she has a quite a big improvement on her badminton practice because she is now practicing every week with us and before her own like a teenager group lesson. So I shared with them. They said, oh, she has this kind of that kind of improvement. I said, oh yes, her gesture, yeah, the gesture of playing badminton. I said, it's gorgeous, it's so elegant, and she's been doing that. It's honestly from my feedback. I recall since she grew up, since a little, very little kid, from like playing piano, from like ice skating, from practicing kung fu, practicing like badminton, practicing swimming, almost everything. I said whatever she practiced, in either like entertainment or like sports, her posture is always the most beautiful and elegant one among a group of kids. I would say that. It's not just because I have the bias as a mom. I'm truly felt that. I was so proud of her. She's so impressive, outstanding. Whatever her posture is so, even though she maybe not play the best, right? But her posture looks so elegant, so beautiful. It's like enjoying watching her playing badminton now. It's a new sport for her. And but previously, when she was practicing ballet or like kung fu or anything, swimming, I always feel like her posture is always the best. So I applaud her. And she did not say anything, but I guess that give her some like a confidence. But I said the truth, and my friends also agreed with that. So that's very interesting, right? But she may not realize that her by herself. Many of you did not realize what's your superpower. And it sounds like trivial, right? And you don't know when you can use those kind of like special gifts or talents. But eventually, it will always benefit you because now, like for example, my daughter is she with this new passion in badminton, she is running in her school the badminton club, and now she became the president of it, and they even want to like really run this small, sounds like small spots right into like a mainstream. I'm super proud of herself. Yeah, and so now it's just like whatever you're passionate about, you're good at, eventually will contribute to your life, or maybe even for your future opportunities, right? Who knows? But we're not here just for those just for either money or direct benefits. We are here to enjoy life, enrich our life, and especially appreciate, understand, discover, right? First discover, understand, and appreciate your special gifts, your superpower. Okay, so I hope you will find that following today's, I would encourage you to do some exercise. Write down at least top three of your like things differentiate you from other people. Okay, even though you would not say it's a superpower, but you are good, you are better than majority other people. Okay, even though it's like a trivial things, I would encourage you to write that down. Okay, to review that, be and own it, be proud of yourself. And now, number 5 of your top 7 secret powers. 5 is your mission. What's your mission? And I remember in the book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, Dr. Stephen Covey has been emphasizing that everyone, individual and also organization should own and create their mission statement because that's the foundation. That's a cornerstone. Okay, to help you to find this the direction what you are here to do. Okay, mission is really what help you to fulfill your purpose, what specifically you want to do in this world to fulfill your purpose. All right, and the next one is your vision. I have my vision board, and you want to write down your like create your vision board, write down your vision statement, and what is your fulfill ultimately you want to fulfill. Okay, and especially put like transform your dreams into like a intangible and tangible things, but into things that you can view it. You can have a view in your mind view and in your physical view. Okay, so I create my vision board so I can see that every day. You want to create your vision board and your vision statement so that you always have something, that great vision to inspire your life to expand, to inspire you to strive. Here we want to see the stand out, right? You want to stand out for what? For your purpose, for your vision. So you want to create a big vision so that you always have the the North Star to guide you. Okay, what's the next one? The number seven. Number seven is your niche. Eventually, this is your power. Okay, when you get a clarify your niche. You understand who you are serving here, what kind of problems you are solving, and with what kind of your gifts, and then to get what kind of benefits for other people. That's for the service, right? Like we mentioned about the attract, serve, and impact. That's eventually through your niche, what specifically you do in your business. And the niche statement is super important so that you could have a clarity about your specific business, about your specific customers that you are here to serve. Okay, so that's the seven secret powers you want to clarify. The number one, clarify. Okay, because this, if you clarify these seven secret powers, this will help you stand out, because that's the inner power. When people own the power, when you really own your true powers, you can stand out. Okay, and now next one. The next one is create. So here we are talking about the three C's. Okay, three C's to help you stand out. We're talking about the how to stand out, right? We talked about the why, the attract, the serve, and impact. That's your top three why. And now we're talking about the how. So these three C's. The first C is the clarify. I've already talked about. Clarify your seven secret powers. Now the second one is create your five business assets. Okay, the five one. The number one, you want to create your brand. The brand is actually, the brand is really will help you to stand out. Without a brand, you will be, the brand is not just like a brand name. The brand should be fully aligned with your purpose, with your vision, with why you are here, with your identity as well. Okay, that kind of a brand. That brand will help people understand your mission, understand your niche. That brand will help you stand out so that you could attract, serve, and impact. Okay, so the next one, the next business assets, total five. Okay, the second one is your offer. What kind of services or products you are providing to provide the best service to your customers. That will help you stand out, right? Like beginning, but the majority of people only focus on this one. I was like, oh, as long as my product is good enough, it can attract enough people. Not just for that, okay? You want to have the comprehensive picture. So brand, offer, and then the third one is your content. Your content should be good, so that could help you stand out. Many of our mentors, like gurus and masters, like Tony Robbins and Simon Sinek and Dean Groursasi, or like Joe Austin, right? Different areas like Oprah Winfrey, they stand out a majority part, not just because of their brand, right? The brand, the build up brand by what? By their content, by the offer, by content, their services. The content is important because they keep. That's why even now today, like Tony Robbins is already how old him? He's like 62 or 63 already at least, and he's still been doing all this kind of great content and contribute values. Like the value is not just like to your paid customers. The values start, you provide the values start from the very beginning, even before people follow you. You start to provide values through your content, through your great inspirations, great learning, great wisdom, great practice. Such kind of content is the best to help you stand out. Okay, that's why we're doing a live video. We are doing all this kind of like a post. We're sharing the articles, like a blog, different ways to contribute value. The core for the content is really a value. It's not just for name, for stand out, right? For stand out, eventually the fundamental reason is to contribute values, right? So that's the three one. Okay, the three one of the assets. Now the fourth is your community. You want to create your community, not just your like a community of your followers, your fans, right? Your clients. That kind of a bigger community that you can provide values. You can thrive together. You can cultivate that kind of a culture together, and that's the community is really where you can run your movement. Okay, you can run your like your mission, and you can really like impact people's lives. The community is super important, and also including your partners. Okay, your community, not just who you serve, but also who you cooperate with, and who you develop together with, who you work together to impact more lives. Okay, so that's your communities. You could have like that's your bigger scope of community, also including your loved ones, your friends, and people. Quite some people, I don't know why, they just want to, they are doing their business entrepreneurship, right? They do not want to share with their close ones. They feel like embarrassed. Oh, I do not want my relatives or my friends to know what I'm doing. That's totally wrong. You actually want to let all your like family members, friends, no matter what's their level, what they do, even like a seniors, right? You want to let them know what you do. So that's that's all starting from your first clarity. Okay, first one. So after you own that seven secret powers, you will be proud of yourself. You will not feel embarrassed. You will, on the contrast, you feel like proud of what you are contributing to this world, and you can't wait to let everybody know. Okay, everybody who knows you to know what you are doing. Okay, so even though you are introvert, I've been overcoming that because I'm now proud of what I'm doing. Initially, I admit that I also felt like embarrassed. Maybe they don't feel like because we were too close, they maybe not think, oh, you are doing that kind of level of things, right? But now I feel okay. Now, for example, on my WeChat, I did not change my name. I put my brand name there. It's like a abundance thought leadership coach, right? I translated it into Chinese, and that's my name with not just my name Spring Zheng or Yan Zheng, right? I put my branding name in front. So whichever group I join, and people knows what I do. So that's great, right? So that's like your branding or also your free advertisement, and you should be proud of it. Okay, so that's your the the number one, the number I almost forgot the number, the last one. Oh no, the number four, community, right? Your community, you want to let everybody knows what you do, including your friends, your family members. Okay, so be proud of yourself, and you never know, they may help you spread a word, and this, let them be proud of yourself. And that when you share that publicly to everyone, and including your close one, that means you are fully aligned with who you are and what you are called here to do. And you will not feel like you have to wear the mask. Like you have to be like this one in front of certain kind of people and the community, and then you have to be another one in a certain community. To me, my branding, what who I am, what I do, I is being consistent through any situation, in my family, in my friends, and in my like social community. I'm the same person, and I'm fully aligned with my call, my vision. Okay, so I want you to do that to create your community. And now the last one, the fifth one of the create is create your system as well. And I know quite many entrepreneurs, when you start up, you do not know what is system. I don't know, and some of you are overwhelmed by technology. Actually, system is not just technology. Okay, even simply by being present on social media, if you can manage your social media presence consistently on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, everywhere, right? That kind of a consistency is also your system. Make sure that your branding, your offer information, your content information is like being consistent, fully aligned with what you are called to do, with your talents, with your power, and also be aligned and consistent through different platforms, so that your branding, your content, your like standing out, your impression is consistent. Okay, so that's a total of five create. Now, finally, the third C. I hope all this kind of, this is my system as well, by the way. This is like from the mindset, from the, let's say, from the teaching. This is a system. I'm now showing this is a system. When I talked about like the for example, the seven secret powers, right? And now we talk about the three C's, how to stand out, and including the first C, clarify your seven power, and now the second one is your is create your five business assets, and the third one is to close the gap between your dreams, your vision to your reality. Okay, so those three C's, all these kind of things, now I'm systematically sharing with you how to stand out. That's my part of my teaching, and that's part of my system as well. Okay, so now you know that there's a intangible system and also tangible system. Okay, it's like a how do you call that, intelligence property, something like that, you can call that. Okay, this is part of your system, including your teaching, your module, your modules, your model. Okay, so the third one, close the gap, not just close the deal, not just close like a project, but close from your vision, your dream to your reality. That's a big close. And what's needed, I found the most important thing, and something sustainable, something consistent through all your systems, is your thought leadership and your abundance energy. This is actually the wisdom. This is like unseen, the energy is unseen thing, but it's the connection of all your pieces, all your components together. Your thought leadership, this wisdom, thought leadership wisdom, and your abundance energy. This is actually connect everything together after you understand your clarify your seven powers, create your five business assets, and you still need this, the wisdom, the thought leadership, and the energy, the confidence to put everything into work so that you could, is this just like a magic power and you could make your whole thing work, okay, so that you can close the gap. All right, so that's today my sharing about how to stand out. And actually eventually you want to get into the 7 step, I call 7 step abundance movement launch model. And that, for more details, we will teach on this Thursday, upcoming Thursday live masterclass. Make sure I will share that link. Make sure you will register so that you can learn. I put everything together, like this system, those 3 C's, right? I put them combined together, create that all these pieces, the important pieces, into this step-by-step modules, the system to teach you in our class, master class, and to help you to understand how to launch your profitable and impactful coaching business in 90 days. So that's where we really turn all this kind of teaching into practice, into implementation. That's the most important thing, okay? So make sure that you will show up. You will register first and find the link, you will register and also show up live to our masterclass to learn all the details, our 7 step abundance movement launch model, so that you could stand out as a confident expert and thought leader in your ideal niche to transform more lives. All right, everyone, see you soon, okay? Take good care. Bye.